What's up, everybody? My name's Chance. Today we're going to be diving into a Lurrus Square deck. And I don't mean Lurrus to the second power, but rather Lurrus Square Up, bro. I had to say it, sorry. Square Up, 2 mana card that comes from Strixhaven, completely common, instant speed. Now, a lot of people probably look at this and pass over it or think, you know, hell, I'm throwing this in a Swarm Shambler deck, or not a Swarm Shambler, a Scoot Swarm. Swarm. And that's a fair idea to make all your Scoot Swarms 4/4s. And I think I had that idea previously. But I found a better idea for this. So it's an instant spell, which means it'll proc things like Magecraft. Not only that, it brings our creatures to a 4/4 power line, or power base, whatever you want to call it. And toughness, which is pretty incredible. So if you combine this with things on the Magecraft pathway in Selesnya, you're going to get some pretty big creatures. So you cast this, Leonin Lightscribe if you have it down, or Clever Luminancer, they're going to go up to 4/4s. But then they're also going to cast their Magecraft ability. So Leonin's going to give +1/+1 to all your other creatures, and now it's going to be a 5/5 instead of a 3/3, you know? So you're casting this, you're adding damage to everything else, as well as boosting its base stat line and giving it the additional +1/+1. Same thing here. You know, you kick this up to a 4/4, and then you start adding +2/+2 because of this spell is, you know, makes it a 6/6. And then you come along right behind it. Where the hell? There we go. For the Show of Confidence, right? Which copies itself per number of instant speed spells you've cast this turn, which is not unheard of or unseen to cast 4 mana to, you know, cast 2 spells and go in for an all-out attack. It's pretty common. So at that point, you would end up having, what, 8, 9, 10 potential damage on your Clever Luminancer. You know, maybe more if you have a Leonin down as well. Could be a 13/13 off of 2 spells, right? Just 1 Square Up and 1 Show of Confidence, as well as having a Leonin down with the Clever Luminancer. It's the amount of damage that this deck can amass with just having these little 1 and 2 drops, because we're playing Lurrus out to the side. I don't know if you realize that or not. It's actually insane. Not only does Selesnya give you access to Square Up, it also gives you access to Charge Through, which one of the things Mono White misses is the ability to sort of punch through your opponents. Sure, you have Maul, and that's good because you can send things up into the sky, but the problem with Maul is it's an artifact. It's not an instant or sorcery speed spell, so it doesn't proc your Magecraft, so it sort of has this inconsistency. It's also 3 mana, right? So it's a little hard to sink into. But Charge Through. Target creature gains trample, instant speed, procs your Magecraft, draw a card, which means even if you're not, you know, needing this as a trample sense, you can use it on the defense. Clever Luminancer goes up to a sizable little body, 2/3, enough to block something, and you get to draw a card. So, you know, really, really good. You also get access to things like Snakeskin Veil, which is a way to give your creatures hexproof, which in some scenarios is better than Indestructible, but of course we still have Fight as 1 because, you know, Indestructible is nice. We have access to things like Swarm Shambler and Stonecool, which Stonecool you can use in Mono White, but I think it becomes a little bit better with things like Square Up, because again, these creatures come down as 0/0s, so all the additional counters that you have on them when you use Square Up, it's just going to be that much additional damage. Does that make sense? Same thing with Fearless Fledgling. Comes down as a 1/1, and for every land you play, it gets an additional counter. Now imagine you've played 3 lands and it's a 4/4, you got to use Square Up, now it's going to be a 7/7. Of course, if you play another land, you know, 8/8 with flying, it's just insane the amount of value that the deck can bring. And then, of course, we do still have a go wide strategy in the deck to help us with the Square Up to, I guess, add on that threat level. Clarion Spirit, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token flying. So, of course, you can just flood the board with these spirits as well, turn them all into 4/4s, and because they have flying, they're already a little evasive, and, you know, generally it works out pretty well. We do have some flippy floppy lands in the deck. It's going to be Kabira Takedown and McKindy Stampede, as I think this is a nice way to finish the game out in the here's and there's. I don't think it'll, you know, make a monumental difference whether you play it or not, but I like the idea and the comfort of, if my back is against a wall, knowing, you know, I got this sort of okay spell that'll help all my creatures, blah, 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 blah. Now, you'll probably notice we have 63 cards in the deck. There is for sure somewhere within this pile of stuff that you can cut some cards. You can probably cut a Square Up if you want, but like, I wanted to play everything that I have in the deck today, so this is what we're going with. Total, we have 19 basic lands in the deck, and then of course we have 2 flippy floppies, so 21 total. I think for an aggro deck like this, where you're only using 1 and 2 drops, that's fine. Honestly, might be a little too much land, but y'all know me. I think the game calculates these as spells and not as lands, and since the game does a little buggy stuff with giving you the hands that have, you know, better land to spell ratio, you don't want to go too low on your lands in speed instead of these, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Also, since they're flippy floppy, they have to come down tapped, and you don't want too many tap lands whenever you're trying to play an aggro deck, because then you're really going against yourself. I know it doesn't feel like you need the lands. You're just like, well, chance, whatever, you know, a tap land comes out 1 turn later, but a lot of times with aggro, that 1 turn makes a world of difference. Anyways, I'm not here to, you know, talk your ears off about how to play the game. I'm here to show you a deck. It's a good one. We have a couple copies of Selfless Savior, everything you could possibly need or want in the Selesnya Aggro deck, and yeah, focusing on that squared up card today because I think it's incredible value. And of course, being able to bring things back with Lurrus just adds to the amount of pummel party that you can potentially possess. Thought it was cool. Anyways, without further ado, let's dive into this Lurrus squared, and we'll see how it does. Right? Alrighty, Ava or Ava. Either way, we're gonna keep this. We got a little Leonin action going on. Fearless Fledgling. I think we'll go ahead and drop the plains first. No turn 1 creature, which is a little unfortunate, but you know, we only have 1 and 2 mana stuff, so should be alright. Opponent also playing a Lurrus deck, but theirs is going to be rogues. Roguish rogues. I think I'd rather go ahead and play the Luminarch. Next turn, I think I'll go for... Well, I tell you, I do want Leonin down, but I want to be able to have Snakeskin Veil available. So... I don't know, they don't really have enough in my graveyard right now for a Drown in the Loch. Heartless Act obviously won't work on Luminarch. They could be playing Eliminate, but I haven't seen too many of those around nowadays, so... Anyways, we'll see. If I were to drop Leonin here, we just swing for 3. If I drop Fearless... Well, hell, I think I dropped Fearless, because I'm definitely playing the Fabled this turn, and this gets us the most value out of that card, so... You know, working on that. That's what we'll go off of. Now we have 2 3/3s on the board. Not anything to sneeze at come turn 3. That's, you know, solid. Solid. We're catching a little lag. I think it might be because it's the first game of the day. Nah, I'm not sure. Also... I don't know if I can wear white tees in the future to record. It's like setting off the white balance of everything, I feel like. It's looking a little darker. 2 deadweights on my Luminarch. Man, that's a price to pay. That is a thick one. Alright, so if I go for Leonin, I mean, I could leave mana up for Snakeskin. And that feels like what I should do. I could also go for Clarion and leave mana up for it, but I'm just going to go for the cheeky little lion. It is a lion, a cat, whatever. Humanoid lion thing. Anyways, we'll go for the swing in here. They do go for the block. I'm fine by it. Fine by it. Next turn. You know, Leonin allows us to boost our creatures up, deal a decent little bit of damage. Opponent doesn't seem to have anything. Could be wrong. Another Leonin, this is crazy. Let's go for it. We have Snakeskin Veil to protect one of them. Given the opponent doesn't want this to happen. We'll see. Soaring Thought Thief. Resolve. They'll block the Light Scribe. No, they're blocking the... I mean, I'll take it. It seems like an odd one. to just immediately accept defeat, you know what I mean? I don't even have to use my spell. Okay, I got you. That deserves a nice. I see now. How now, brown cow? So death touch on the wind robber. Kind of sucks. Ooh, draw 2. I hate of one mind. It's such a good card. Such a good card. I don't think I need double green for anything, so I am going to play this down. Boost you up. Play this down. And then when I go to play one of these, I'll get another creature. Hey, let's go. So I think I do swing all in. And I'm going to use Defiant Strike here. So you block you, you block you. I think I put this here because you're already going to get, you know, enough damage for sure. And bam, bam, bam. So a little trading out there, but also put him down to 10. We have Snakeskin Veil to follow up. Make sure we're protected as well. Y'all know what word comes next. I'm the kind of guy that likes to rhyme, so if you can't figure it out, phonetically rhyme, I should say. I don't think it looks like it rhymes. Really though. Like really though. Well, thanks, rogues. That was a bad call, I think. But whatever. I'm not your mom. I'm not here to judge you. Your decisions you make. Luminarch. Oh, Luminarch. I think I shall play you. We gotta keep the pressure up. It's rogues. They're doing nothing but gaining value off of all their card draw and reanimate. Take them out. Take them downtown. Slam them down. Slam a jamma. Defiant Strike to you. So everyone else should get plenty big. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Foe for the majority of my life. I love it. We have this love-hate relationship, actually, I'd like to think. Anyways, we're going to go for the Swarm Shambler. I don't know why. I love Swarm Shambler as a name. It just feels good to say, you know? Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were about to immediately remove my Swarm Shambler with like an enchantment or something. But no. No, no, no. Now if I go ahead and play this, I can tap you and add the mana, as well as have the mana for Snakeskin Veil. I like the idea of that. So we'll hold on to a little Shambler here. A little shambling action. I like the Show of Confidence. I want to be able to cast more than one, you know what I mean? If I could get to 5 mana before I cast a single one, we could have them copy it quite a few times. Alrighty. I think I am going to go ahead and drop this Temple O' Plenty, right? And again, we can do the same thing as last turn. I don't really want to play that Stone Cool until push comes to shove. Fight is one. I'd rather see more creatures. I appreciate the sentiment there, game. I really want to see more creatures. I think I'm going to put my Swarm Shambler to a 3/3, and then we'll start getting in. I know we're costing ourselves quite a bit of time here, and they are getting a lot of card draw for that Maze Mine, which, you know, may come back to bite me in the ass, but we'll just have to see. I was really expecting a little more targeted removal. You know, this battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Well, that's fine by me. I can discard one of these Show of Confidences. Yeah, submit. The problem is, they seem to be a mono-black discard deck. Okay. Well, that's, you know, I take away some of my worries. They should have a decent amount of, there you go. Which one do you want to discard? The Show of Confidence or the Show of Confidence? Make it easy on you. Alright, so no attackers from them. We'll activate this ability, but they should have a fair amount of removal given their discard deck. That's usually Those two go hand in hand and hand in hand. So I think we do start beating them down this turn. Do I put down a snakes or a stone cool for 2 and then have 2 snake skins available? I think there's something to that, but maybe we do it after we attack. Could also pull Lurrus over and still have mana for snake skin. That actually, you know, that seems worthwhile. Of course, I won't have a defender. Do I need a defender though? I'm pulling the Lurrus over. If they start making a sacrifice and all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to be happy about it, I don't think. So let's go ahead and get the Lurrus readily available, right? Able to be called upon. Not on the warm-up, you know, not still sitting on the bench. It's like he's in the batter box for anyone that plays baseball or knows baseball. You know, he's swinging his bat. He's doing a few test strokes, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, he, she, I guess it's, you know, here's the thing, and I kind of want to talk about this. Anytime, and I'm not saying that this is the case with the Lurrus, just in general. Anytime that, so they're about to make me sacrifice. Anytime that there is a character, and then there's a small child right beside him, people always assume that it's a female character. Like, oh yeah, that's the baby. Why can't it be the male? Why can't it be the single dad, like, you know, hunching over it? We've seen Nemo. We know what happens with Marlin. Just saying. Now, again, I'm not saying this is the case with Lurrus, but, you know. Yeah, you know. Because I don't. I most certainly don't know. I want to put you down for 4. Put you down for a solid 4. And hopefully you'll be able to hold the floor. Get it? Good, like the board. A 4/4 to hold the board. To hold the floor against a rankle. Which is such a snore. I really have too much free time to just sit and think about useless nonsense. See if we can't do this. It might have some instant speed removal, but what would it be? You know, Heartless Act. No, okay. That would make me a little sad. Soul Shatter. I told y'all about these freaking clowns, man. I told you about these clowns. That makes discard, we just discard as a show of confidence. Not a big deal. Clever Luminancer. Alright. Lurrus. Go Power Ranger. Swarm Shambler, you're coming. Not Swarm Shambler. Stone Cool, you're coming back next turn. Alright. 6 mana, 3 cards. Massacre Worm, oh no! Alright. Solid play. Smart man. They're gonna still hit us for 4, maybe 5 here. You should swing in with your Elder Fang. You should swing in with your Elder Fang. Do it. Come on. There you go. Now we can't block because if we do and they choose to sacrifice a creature, well, you know, we might could have. I don't know. I didn't want to lose my Lurrus. I just got this big boy. Discard or draw. Sorry. For some reason, I think the lose life is with the discard. Boop. All right, now we're really gonna have to figure our English. We're really gonna have to figure our stuff out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I still have 2 for show, which could equate to that. Oh no! I forgot you can only be oh shoot! Oh no! All right. Let me know. Let me let them know that I'm thinking. I think I have to go for this and just, that's fine. 'Tis alright. And you have to attack here, because if you don't, the rankle just gets through. And I know what you're thinking. That Masker Worm's gonna do something. Do something crazy. Bam! Gaining life. Really should have played that before. I forgot. Forget about the vigilance thing. Whoops. Oh well. Turgid. Gonna make us discard. It's a Temple of Plenty. Joke's on you. I mean, they get the Scry. They get the mana. Look, things aren't looking fantastic for us, but we started out a little slow with just having the Swarm Shambler. Hush, phone. I'm like, I'll get to you. I'll get to you in a minute. I think we're going down. We'll give ourselves one draw here. One more draw. Oh, never mind. They get my loaders here. That's GG. I mean, let's be real.